browser function. In the display, you can see the selected samples. Also, the location of the files is shown. With a click on the link, the selected sample is shown in the browser. Using the browser, we now load 3 drum loops which are not from the same library or soundbank. We want to show this to demonstrate that loops are compatible with each other. On C1, we load a bass drum loop. We browse around a little. This one's okay. We load it to C1. By the way, in almost all Ueberschall soundbanks, drum loops are divided in single tracks. This wasn't so easy to handle with Elastik 1, because there was no browser there. However, with Elastik 2, this division of drum loops into single tracks is very useful, as we see here. Not only will you keep full control in the mix, but also the chance to combine everything freely is just great. On C#1, I'm loading a snare loop. OK, filter on instrument. Select drums. Now you've got the choice. I go for the group Snare Electronic. I make the bass drum play to get a feeling about how the snare will fit in. As the sync button is on, the loops are in sync now. The snare is always where it's supposed to be played. That means Elastik knows by the first loop what position it is in at the time of the play click. OK, I like the snare now. I put the hi-hat on D1. Here, a few hi-hat loops. I'm gonna load this one. Now, we come to this unimpressive button underneath the play button. What does it say? Almost illegible. R&D. Yes, right. R&D means random. And in this case, Elastik will select a sound from any of all the installed libraries at random. This way, a hi-hat is replaced by a hi-hat, not by a bass. If you want to go back to the version you had before, this is what undo was made for. And yes, Elastik 2 has undo and redo, those good friends that never forget.